We are team conformed by Andrea Macareno, Saúl Guzmán, Diego Hernández, Antonio Mendoza, and Dylan Medina. Introduction. An ergonomic study will be carried out in which the movement of an industrial worker of Denso company will be analyzed during 8 hours workday to find possible improvement and avoid unnecessary injuries of wear that affect his health. For this, a layout and various proposals are proposed to eliminate or reduce the risk, taking into account the cost of implementation. History. Denso Mexico was established in Mexico in 1996 as a subsidiary of Denso Corporation Japan, which is dedicated to the manufacture of automotive parts, mainly dashboards, sensors, and various types of valves. Throughout these 20 years, Denso already has three industrial plants, two in the state of Nuevo León and one more in Guanajuato. The evaluation was carried out in the industrial plant located in Boulevard Parque Industrial Monterrey, number 502, Parque Industrial Monterrey, Ciudad Apodaca, Nuevo León, 6663. Description. Denso is a global company focused on advanced mobility, specializing in automotive parts. The process to be evaluated in this project is the placement of the raw material to the corresponding machine to create the springs of set belts. Also, the collection of the residue from the process will also be evaluated. Ergonomic tool, the OWAS. One of the most widely used methods, which is OWAS, was selected for this evaluation since it globally evaluates the combinations of of the position of the backs, arms, legs, and considers the manipulation of a load, which in this case is very important, and it was also considered to first analyze by this method to obtain a global weight the level of risk that the worker was exposed in the performance of his task.
Well, in this methodology, we use the formulas of working analysis system that includes back, legs, arms, and we observe and analyze the operation. Each position is a scene of a code depending of the description, depending the description about back, depending of description about legs and about arms. We, with the help of these results, we of the analysis of tables, the category of the risk level is obtained and how soon as correct action is need to lead and making improve in a work area. These tables call risk categories and corrective action. We have the four categories of the action, and we have an explain to each category. Well, the second methodology, we use the Rogers. To complement the OWASP method, we, uh, we, uh, we know the severity according to the body area and focus on that area. The Rogers method was chosen because we consider the level and the duration and frequency of and for during the performance of the tasks. In this complete method, that focus on a postures on the and as it is in our case, and it's used repeatedly during 8 working hours. We have two tables. We have the table A and the table B. In the table A, we can analyze um, we can view the frequency, we can view the region, the neck, the shoulders, the back, the arms, the legs, the hands, and we have three levels. The level number one, that is light, the level number two, that is a moderate level, and the level number three, that is the heavy. And the table B, we have the enforced frequency and the continuous duration. We have four scores. then the score number one of continuous and for duration, it's the 1 second to 6 to 5 seconds. The score number two is 6 to 19. The third is 50 to 30, and the fourth is more than 30 seconds. And for the fourth frequency, we have the score number one, we have uh, the 0 to 1 minutes. The score number two, we have 1 to 5 minutes. The score number three, we have 6 to 15 minutes. And the score number four, we have more than 15 minutes. Next slide, please. Then, when we have the result of the last two tables, we have the over priority matrix. Then, with this combination, we have three values of each factor, and we have the severity ranking, which will indicate what property is to make a change in the job according to the area that we evaluate. We have four levels, that is low, moderate, high, and very high. Next slide, please.
Okay, and in result score for the back of horn was obtained with the OWASP method in the analysis of the taking and transport of the steel straw. Since there is a reflection and twist in the trunk for the arms score of 1 was obtained in the less value of 7 because the worker is walking and carries a value of 3 since it's greater than 20 kilograms, which results in a risk level of category 4. The next, please. To place the scrap in the container, a value was obtained in the back of 2 because the back is bent, in the arms 1, in the legs 4 because the legs are bent, and in the load 4 for the weight of 20 kilograms. The next, please. With the Rogers method, a high priority was obtained in the back and arms compared to the others in the first operation. And in the next, please. In the second, it was obtained that in the shoulders, arms, and legs, it had a moderate priority. The next, please. Okay, and taking into account the result of tables, it was obtained that in the transfer of carrying the steel when applying the OWASP method, I had level of risk, which implies that the load and the movement carried out has a traumatizing effect on the muscular and skeletal system, so there needs to be an immediate improvement. Regarding the Roche method, it's a comfort that in the areas where there is a high priority of change in the shoulders and arms. The next, please. When analyzing the second case where the bore of the disc is a collect with the OWASP method, I have reached level results which implies that the loops and the postures have a harmful effect on the muscular and skeletal system, so the corrective action shall be carried out as soon as possible. Regarding the Rogers method, it was obtained that where there was a moderate priority according to the area analysis is the shoulders and legs, which is why we must focus the improvement in those areas.
Well, the discussion, the improvement purpose. We as a team watched the video and decided that the worker's job was dangerous because he needed to fall and pick up the roll. Then what we did is, when he placed in the machine, he made some dangerous turns with the piece still in his hands. So we decided to buy a machine to make the process more efficient and easy for the workers. Now they should have less issues, and the heavy work of the process is almost erased. And the proposed machine is a coil forklift. This coil lift truck enables versatile and safe ergonomic handling of coils and other loads. And It has a rotating platform to place the load in the desired place, and it also has different supplementary tools to adapt to your needs and to be able to lift up to 250 kilograms. With Torcoil forklift, lift and lift with optimal mobility right where you need it and in the right position. And tilt from vertical to horizontal position, manual or electric, and tilt and swivel, and optimal mobility. Then I will show you the simulation. Okay, this is the simulation, and in this simulation, it can be observed how the truck placed the disc in the corresponding machines, where the operator no longer has the need to walk with the steel. And also we can see the location of the worker, who in this case only has to slide the disk to the machine. The other improvement purpose for the second part of the video is a container was designed for the collection of the steel waste. The uncomfortable movement of the operator will be avoided, eliminating the action of bending over unloading the waste to deposit it in another container. More time will be available to locate the operator to another action of the process and will increase efficiency and reduce research time. The height of the diving line was taken into account of the operator's ball is at 90 degrees, and thus avoiding injuries to the arms and hands. So what risk do we eliminate with this? The eliminate risks are the constant pickup of the roll who have a hook weight, the walk of the worker do every time he has to pick up the roll, the future injuries caused by all the body motion and exercise, the bend of the worker's backs, and the risks of the materials getting damaged by a fall. But something very important is how much the visits cost to add this in the process. And we decided to buy a machine that moved the iron roll to deposit where they could, and for the piece they made. This machine has a cost between $800 and $1,000, which is a number to consider, but we think it's worth because of all the ergonomics benefits.
Okay, continue with the discussion and implementation of costs. For the manufacture of the container for steel waste, a container with modified measures was created to reduce the risk of the worker. The approximate cost for this container is $340. We decided to do this car with 1.1 meters high because of the optimal height for the arms, which involves having a 90-degree angle with the arms. Next one, please. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the diseases we eliminated. The first one is ganglion cysts. They are non-cancerous lumps that often forms along the tendons or joints of the wrists or hands. It is caused by people that use and overload their wrist. Next disease is lumbalgia. It is pain located in the lower or lower back, whose origin has to do with the muscular skeletal structure of the spine. It is caused by curvatures of the spine, strain or tears in the muscles or ligaments that support the back. And final disease, it is bursitis, a condition in which the bursa becomes swollen and painful. This disease is made by the weight of the roll and the continuous activity of the worker. And in conclusion, protecting the worker is just as important as ensuring production times, reducing cost, implementing manufacturing methodologies, avoiding risk and fatigue in the worker, helps to mobilize efficiency in production, in addition to creating a feeling of security and comfort in the work. The constant analysis of the worker carried out is important to be updating the areas of the opportunity. Designing the worker area is a basic pillar in the worker's performance and his physical and health condition.